2004, Olympia, Washington. Why are women so vulnerable to sexual predators who spread AIDS? Does the emasculation of men have anything to do with it? As many as a dozen women may have been infected with HIV by one man. Quote, at least 8 more women have been added to the list of alleged victims who were exposed to HIV through unprotected sex with Anthony E. Whitfield, prosecutors said Monday. Close quote. More charges filed against HIV suspect by Scott Gutierrez, the Olympian, Tuesday, April 2, 2004. Authorities believe that Whitfield, who officially tested positive for HIV in August 2003, may have had the condition since 1992, and that he has exposed dozens of women to the lethal virus during that time. Quote, police and prosecutors in Western Washington want to know how long did Anthony Whitfield know he had HIV and continued to have unprotected sex with women. A woman in his home state of Oklahoma says she can answer that question. She claims Whitfield knew 10 years ago. Ashley knew Whitfield as Tony in Oklahoma City. She says a mutual friend set them up and they dated a short time. After they broke up, one of his friends told her Tony has HIV, close quote. Woman tried to stop man from spreading HIV by Leslie Knopp, Como TV, that's K-O-M-O TV, April 1st, 2004. How could this happen? Obviously, Whitfield, who has led a very promiscuous life, felt no responsibility to inform or protect the dozens of women he has been with. With the pervasive message promoting safe sex and warning against promiscuous behaviors that put people at risk, why are so many women vulnerable to predators like Whitfield? There are a lot of reasons for this, including the sexual revolution of the 1970s that began tearing down public morals, and the black rage against whites that has been cultivated and encouraged by progressive neoliberals and racists. Whitfield is black, and all of his victims appear to be white women. But part of the answer is that predatory behavior has been both romanticized and diluted at the same time that men have been emasculated. Feminists have created the public perception that masculinity is, by definition, predatory. In this way, they have diluted the danger, watering it down by telling women that every male from a 6-year-old boy to a 60-year-old grandfather are sexual savages, merciless thugs who rape, dominate, and oppress women. But this has the effect of putting all women at even greater risk, because if all men are bad, then the subtle message women hear is that there is no way to pick and choose a good man. So why bother? Just go with the guy who is most exciting. In music and movies, on television, and in popular culture, bad men have been romanticized ever since James Dean made hearts throb with his performance in Rebel Without a Cause. The emasculation of men has also wreaked havoc with sexual relations by causing most men, who would make decent mates, to withdraw in confused uncertainty from the fact that they don't know how to behave toward women. Our bodies tell us to behave with confidence and affection toward women, that we should express sexual appreciation for the female form and feminine behavior, but feminist society and the law tell us that if we do, we can be charged with sexual harassment or rape. And the family court system tells us that if we get married, we are likely to lose hearth and home, contact with our children, and that we will spend decades in servitude to an ungrateful ex-wife in the event that she decides to divorce. So men have retreated, and in doing so they have created a vacuum into which predators like Whitfield find plenty of easy victims. Quote, men need to approach women more often, said Sam, 32. Here they seem to want to wait until someone falls in their laps. It's a Seattle phenomenon, adds Julie, 34. In other towns like New Orleans and Los Angeles, men have no problem coming up to women. Here, there's been a lot of smiling and walking by, Sam said, describing her night at Falling Waters. And while I'd have no problem chatting with someone, I want them to initiate. It's a test, the duo declared. Does single in Seattle have to mean solitary? Seattle Times, April 26, 2001. Women are angry that men don't act like men anymore, and this makes them vulnerable to any man who does. Part of the answer to this, obviously, is for women to take more responsibility by having realistic expectations of men, and by treating men like people rather than predators. 2016, Olympia, Washington. With the benefit of hindsight, I can see that even as recently as 12 years ago, Western society had already gone beyond the point of no return. We have to allow the system to crash and burn. Either the economy must collapse, which is very probable, or we have to take turd-flinging monkeys approach and swear off relations with women until enough men go MGTOW that women by the tens of millions will demand a return to sanity. For the Backlash at Backlash.com, my name is Rod Van Mechelen.